Well, hello there. Welcome back to the Cosmic Candy Shop. I know things look a little different from last time, but we had to do a bit of moving, and this place tends to shift with every move, so you'll get a different scenery every time. Yeah. So, how may I help you? You're just browsing for today? No problem. We have some new additions in the inventory that we're currently offering. Yeah. Would you mind if I show a few to you? And if you like anything, you can go ahead and purchase a few. Alright. So, this first batch of candy, it looks like plain old lemon drops, right? Actually, it's a very special candy. I tend to recommend these babies when it comes to financial issues. Let's say you are working at a job, but you're not making enough money, or you don't have a job at all. One piece of this delicious candy, and you'll get the raise you've been working for, or that dream job you've always wanted, get that as well. Or, hell, you might even win the lottery. But these candies always fix financial issues. I had a guy that came into the store a couple of days ago, and his wife lost her job, he lost his job, and they were basically living on their savings for the last couple of weeks. And so I recommended one of these. It didn't take 24 hours for the guy to find the job he liked, and he gave one to his wife, same result. So, if you are dealing with some financial issues or whatever financial situation you may be in and you need a bit of a boost, you may just want to make more money, I highly recommend this candy right here. Now obviously the flavor is lemon, so if you're not a fan of that specific flavor, then I wouldn't recommend it, but it's a very good candy nonetheless. I've had no complaints, and it works like a charm. Yeah. So, I'll set this back here for just a moment. And if you decide that it's something that interests you today, we'll put that in the bag. Okay? Like 3 or 4. You don't need more than that. Now, here's a favorite of mine. I love caramel. Caramel is one of my favorite flavors. Caramel, potato, tomato, however you want to say it. But these aren't ordinary caramel candies. These candies have the power, or the ability, if you will, to improve whatever situation you need improving. Let's say you drive a car you don't like, and it's breaking down every time. You always have to pay to get it fixed. Just one of these, and you'll get the car that you need, want, whatever have you. Or, let's say you're living in a very unsavory environment, like I was at one point. Just one of these, and well, you'll move to your dream home, dream area, dream city, whatever you wish to live, whatever you envision yourself living. No matter the cost, no matter the place, these candies tend to do the trick. Or, let's say you're having a bit of trouble with family members or loved ones in general, like friends, romantic relationships. This will fix it up real quickly. It tends to take about 24 to 48 hours to take effect, but the candies are really good, and it does work. I've had no complaints, and these tend to get bought really quickly. We just restocked today. So if you're in need of something, I highly recommend a few of these. Okay? By the way, how have you been since we last spoke? Pretty busy. I can understand. I've been busy myself, making sure the store is well stocked and making sure that everything is where it should be. And with the movement and everything like that, it's been a bit of a ride, to say the least. But let me continue to show you the inventory. If you're a fan of butterscotch, this is the candy for you. Now, this candy is used to alleviate bad situations. Let's say you had an argument with a spouse, or maybe one of your siblings, or maybe your boss. Maybe there's a disagreement with you and a client. Whatever it may be. Just one of these butterscotch candies, and that disagreement gets taken care of. It tends to work within 24 hours, just like the other two, but it may depend on the situation. Let's say if it's a big argument that's been going on for about a couple years, maybe a little bit more, it may take about 72, maybe a little bit more, but usually in most cases, 24 hours, nothing more. Yeah. So, if you're dealing with any sort of conflict, any sort of argument, disagreement, whatever it may be, I highly recommend these candies. I'm a fan of butterscotch, and I know a couple people that are really close to me that are very big fans of this candy, and they've highly recommended it to a lot of other clients. Now, they sell pretty fast as well, so if you have anything you need to take care of and you need this, I would highly recommend you get this today. I'm not entirely sure it will be here tomorrow, just to be honest with you. Like I said, these tend to go pretty fast. Now, I remember last time I showed you a candy similar to these. It looks like Nerds, but it had a different sort of effect. This is to help with creativity. A lot of people with writer's block, a lot of artists that just can't figure out what to paint, what to write, what to film, what to mold, whatever your canvas might be. A lot of artists tend to hit that wall sometimes, and they just need something to just pick them back up, right? I highly recommend this candy. It's easy to ingest. It's very easy to ingest, and it tastes great. And if you're a fan of Nerds, you'll like this. Now, if you're not an artist, and let's say you work in a business and you can't figure out something. There's something that's just not clicking. There's something that's just not aligning. Numbers aren't, making any sense, and you just can't seem to figure it out. These work just as well. Or, let's say you are in school and you have a test the next day, and you just can't seem to figure out the math problem, or you just can't seem to understand how certain historical events happened the way they happened. Whatever the situation may be, you just may have a hard time retaining the information. Well, these work like a charm. I have a lot of students that come in suggesting this. Art students more or less, but students too. Regular students, business majors, people in the medical field. They always seem to they might be struggling with some sort of exam, or they just can't seem to get a certain subject. And as soon as they walk in, I'm like, well, this is it. And like I said, it's very easy to ingest. It's nothing that's, dangerous, but I would really, really be cautious around small children, infants and toddlers. But for the average adult, you should be fine. Now, I hope you're a fan of chocolate. These look like Russell Stover's, if I said that correctly, Russell Stover's chocolate and marshmallow candy. That's what the appearance looks like. But in actuality, these have the power to enrich your love life. Singles, let's say you have a hard time meeting the right person. The dates you've gone on have been duds. The people you have met have all not checked the boxes, and you just want that one person that just fits the bill, right? I highly, highly, highly recommend this candy. Chocolate tends to make the heart feel good, make the soul feel good. And with a little bit of extra ingredients, it can also improve your love life. I had a young lady come in, 2 days ago, and she had been on a whole bunch of dates, like 10, 12, but none seemed to pan out. The guys were either too narcissistic, too needy, and there's one guy who was a bit of a psychopath. And she was losing hope. She was just sad and lonely, depressed, and she just needed something to help give her a boost in her romantic life. And so I said, I think this will work for you perfectly. She took one bite, just one bite of this. Everything changed dramatically. She met a young man literally 24 hours later, and she was so happy. She came back and told me about it. The guy fit every box she wanted. Every box was checked. She had no issue with the way he presented himself, the way he spoke, the way he showed up, if that makes any sense. She was ecstatic. And, well, she had one of these. So, if you're dealing with any sort of love issue, any sort of romantic issue where you just can't find the right one, I highly recommend one of these. So, I have one more jar of candy to show you. And these are my favorite. And the reason why they're my favorite is because these have the power to do anything you want. If you want to improve your love life, you can do that. If you want to win the lottery, you can do that. If you want to be in your favorite TV show, like this young man I met 2 weeks ago, there you go. Now, a little bit of a cautious warning, if you will, or word of caution. Eating too much of these can have a very, very, very dramatic effect on your life. Now, some people don't believe in too much of a good thing. Well, I have a story for you. I had this other young man come in about a month ago, and he wasn't too happy about his life. He was depressed. He had just lost his parents. His girlfriend broke up with him. His dog ran away. And he was a mess. And so I told him, just try one of these. And whatever issue you're dealing with, whatever you need to get fixed, whatever the situation is, it takes care of everything. Well, he bought about 4 or 5 pieces. And like I said, it only takes about one. You don't have to overdo it. 2 pieces will be too much. Well, he got a bit greedy. And he didn't have 1 piece. Not 2. Not 3. Not 4. He had all 5. He's dead. So, like I said, I recommend being very cautious with this candy. These candies are very special. They have very unique abilities. And if you abuse them, there's consequences. But if you use them correctly, good things can happen. That's why this candy shop is so special. Because the candies that we sell not only provide a delightful taste within the palate, but it also provides a delightful atmosphere to your life. So, now that you kind of had a look at our inventory, have you decided on which pieces of candy you would like to purchase today? You did. Perfect. So what I'm going to do is you let me know what pieces you need, and I'll get it all wrapped up for you, and I'll see you in the front, okay? Thank you so much for coming in. It was nice seeing you again. I'm so sorry it's been such a long time. Like I said, we've been moving and going different places, seeing different things, and changing different attributes to this store. But, like I said, when you need us, we're always here. And if I hadn't said it today, I said it last time. So, thank you for coming in. Thank you so much for your business. We value you as a customer. And I'll see you in just a bit.